Shouts out to the beat man. Shouts out. So early last year I wanted to make a few fun and short skits and short films after having spent a lot of time on a couple of longer gloomy short films that I had a hard time being proud of. I had also recently started a business of my own and I wasn't getting a lot of work. So with the equipment and free time, I got some friends of mine to join me and just go out and shoot some scripts I wrote pretty quickly. Without putting much of a second thought into them, I tried to just have fun and keep it kind of loose while we made them. After having made a few skits that I didn't quite know what to do with, I had the idea to put them all together in some sort of way by writing a story that would fit in between the different skits. I asked my younger brother if he wanted to help me make the film by playing the careless brother helping out his older pretentious idiot brother with minor anger issues shoot this improvised mess he deemed an ambitious art project that would reflect on the strange year we were going through. I then wrote a 10-page script that I almost completely rewrote 3 times since we had to delay the shooting because of things like bad weather and lack of locations. Finally, he took the plane all the way to my little tired apartment in Bergen, Norway. He slept on my couch for 4 nights, just enough time to shoot the whole script and also enjoy some good pizza. I now had a skit where I harassed a customer in the art gallery I used to work at. A skit where me and a friend died in a park after another friend of ours spilled Corona Extra into our Tuborg beers. A skit where I had a mental breakdown before throwing out my withered talking plant into the ocean. A skit where me and a friend betrayed a couple of cloud-chasing gardeners in a rap battle over who of them were the originator of the game-changing garden art on Instagram. Oh my god, that's a long sentence. A horror short film about a man losing his manhood and best friend after becoming a paranoid simp. And another short film made to glue all of the other ones together, consisting of 5 individual parts, where each part is presented through parodying a specific TV format, also taking the storyline one plot point further in between the skits, which is a retrospective look at the different phases of the main character's year. The first part is a parody of a Louis Theroux type documentary show where I walk and talk to the camera introducing the premise for the skit while juggling my contradictory anger issues. Du har en jobb. Det så vanskelig? The second part is a parody of a sitcom, shedding light on the contrast between the state of paranoia and naivety surrounding the international pandemic. This part features a weird relationship between a charismatic beer wizard and a disturbed younger man buried in his newspaper. The third part is a parody of a lazy survivor show where I pee in a bottle and is reminded of my sad deceased past of being a simp. The fourth part is a parody of a cheap TV drama where I'm just tired that I ended up drinking my own pee, break character, order a pizza and long for some easy entertainment.
It feels like the whole world is shaking apart.
The fifth and final part is a parody of a low-budget behind-the-scenes interview where the brothers' different views of the whole project is presented. I, the older brother, aka the director, thinks it's a work of art, while my brother, aka the camera operator, thinks it's trash. We fight and my younger brother bursts into tears when he confronts me with the fact that I killed his beloved plant Pluto, which leads into the last skit where I throw his tropical plant into the cold ocean. Music plays and it drifts away. We see some B-roll of my younger brother leaving town and it's not quite over yet, but it's time to get to the heart of this video. You know, the actual reason why I'm making this. The details of this project is not really that important. I thought it just might be entertaining to share some of my dumb ideas all put together in this mess of a film or whatever you want to call it. In the process of making this entire thing, I met a lot of challenges that really demotivated me and made me want to quit. I really felt like all the effort wasn't worth it for this steaming pile of shit. People have joined and dropped out, my equipment has failed on me, I've had to basically do everything behind the scenes myself with the exception of operating the camera for a few shots. And I was also lucky to have a YouTuber friend of mine score one of the skits for me, but I spent money without making any. Most of the people involved had never been in front of the camera much, and it took quite a lot of time convincing some of them to even join, and directing while I was trying to act myself and set up the camera right, adjusting the sound equipment as well as thinking about the edit was a big challenge. It's something you really can't do without being inspired in some way. And all that really drove me through this weird project was just the idea of how funny it could be. And then after hours and hours of editing, you're sitting there with a massive mess of a timeline. You're editing all by yourself and you already hate it because you watched it over and over so many times, and yet it's not finished. Christmas is right around the corner and it's still lacking. There's still more to shoot and there's still more to edit. What do you do at this point? Well, I'll tell you what I did. After visualizing what the best version of this trash could look like, I wrote a list over everything I needed to do in one of the skits. Half of the clips were completely unusable because I bought a pair of microphones to record better dialogue, and it turns out when you use both of them on the same channel and put them right next to each other, they just completely the sound. I tried to stay optimistic though, and I wrote a new and improved draft of the script. But the second problem was that my friend who was in that skit lives on the other side of the country, so I couldn't shoot it whenever. I had to wait till I was going home to my family for Christmas that year, and I was also not happy with the open ending of the film, so I wrote a last part to the story between me and my brother that we also could shoot while I was home for Christmas. A Christmas themed part even. I was only going home for 1 week though, and during Christmas time people like to, celebrate Christmas. So there was only a small window where we could actually shoot it, considering parts of it takes place in a store that is closed for most of the week I was home. I could only shoot it right before I left to go back to my little tired apartment. And if I would find a similar problem like the audio when I was in back in Bergen skimming through the audio files, I decided My point is, I was not about to make a similar mistake twice. And to make sure that didn't happen again, I would need to make sure that my boys were all in on this. So I decided we would just hang out and talk before the shoot so I could sneak in some motivational pep talk, or whatever you want to call it. More like a affirming kind of statement that maybe would drive them to make sure that, do a good job and care about what we're making here. Quick fact about me, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not a coach. I've never had a coach. I've never had a role model or a figure in my own life that I've looked up to that has motivated or inspired me to do anything extra. All I've had is films and YouTube and inner drive. Most of my friends are the same. None of us have a strong father figure who has pushed us to the best version of ourselves, or to try and achieve something great or outstanding. We're just kind of learning as we go in our own tempo, and often spending a lot of time figuring out things. Luckily though, the world is not black and white, and you don't need that kind of upbringing to be successful at something. All you really need to do is to, with your heart, tell yourself, tell your friends, tell anyone close that we are people who make things happen. And suddenly you've flipped a mental switch that now says able instead of unable. And that, my friends, is how a group of incapable amateur assholes can realize their immature nonsense project and actually make it work. And do not let my phrasing here flush my message down the toilet, because an immature nonsense project can one day blossom into the real thing. You know, if you look at how you can compound your actions, it's important to start small and, you know, make something that you can realistically finish and actually manifest. And the only people who never fail are those who never try. And because I'm just some guy with a filmmaker starter kit equipment package with no real connections to the film industry, with just a few dumb ideas and a drive to create something, this seemed to be the most logical approach to realize a project. And it turns out, guys, it turns out that the key factor to making it work were a few words of affirmational encouragement. And we might just be a bunch of idiots, but we're also people who make things happen. And that's something to be proud of. Hard work is important because even if you think everything you made sucks, you're still compounding by daring to fail. And I think that's kind of cool. It's important to know that talent, it's a number of things. It's a number of skills and factors, abilities, etc. But one thing that is the most important, I think, is hard work. And that is something that anyone can do. And I'm not saying here that, you know, we worked so hard, we made something amazing or anything like that. But we followed through on something and we finished something, and that feels good. And it makes you able to jump on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And over time, if you work consistently and you work hard and you work smart, most importantly, you will grow. And whatever you make will become better. And that's what I'm trying to say with this video, I think. By the way, if you want to watch the project we made yourself, I have a link in the description. It's called Clean Mess. It's in Norwegian, but has subtitles and it's kind of long. I really can't promise you'll get anything out of it, but the link is below. It's kind of a feature film, you know, by definition it is a feature film because of the length. It is very experimental and it's very meta and it's very Norwegian, so you might not get it or like it. It's not great, but it's something and it's out there for you to watch if you want to. Other than that, if you like this video, you know, give it a like, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to make more content, different content. It's difficult for me to say exactly what's coming to this channel, but I definitely want to try and inspire young creators who are trying to do things on their own, because that's where I'm at myself, and I know how hard it can be to initiate and pull something off all by yourself, and you spend so much time on something and you finish it and nobody even cares, right? But the feeling of completing something that you put a lot of work into is incredible, and even more incredible when it's something done creatively, I think, at least. If you're a creative person, you will agree. Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling now. Have a great day, and be sure to make things happen.